pick what classes we have and what time slot we have for our classes. Normally I finished by 3 or 2 p.m. So I'd have from 2 p.m. until whenever I slept to do whatever I wanted. So I'd allocate my time towards studying, then hanging out with friends, extracurriculars and stuff like that, studying and just eating and all that, yeah.
Were you able to effectively manage your personal finances?
I was definitely able to budget my money. The biggest problem I think that a lot of college students have is going out to eat for food. Where I go specifically, there are not many dining options in the area because it's pretty isolated. You also have to think about other costs such as going out to eat or going out to party with your friends. That can be very costly. But otherwise, I think it's very important for students to learn how to live below their means because, unless you're working in college, the tuition is very expensive, and you're in college just solely focusing on bettering yourself. So I don't think you should really be spending that much money.
What is homework like in college, and how is it different than homework in high school?
I think the main difference between homework in high school and college is that in high school it's more of a daily thing and it's less rigorous, but in college they give bigger assignments and that's why they usually make them do a certain day each week. For example, I would usually have homework due every single Friday, but it would be a lot of assignments rather than a daily kind of thing. I think that's the main difference between homework in college and high school.
Is it hard to balance your social life and schoolwork in college?
I don't think it is. At college, you'll have a lot of downtime and a lot of free time, so it's easy to not do your schoolwork and only go out and hang out with your friends. But a good rule of thumb is to get your work done first and then hang out later.
How do guys get into parties?
That's a good question, Vade. What I would recommend is either rushing when you first get to college so you can be in a frat so you don't have to try to get into frat parties, or I would just find some friends that are either gonna be rushing or already in frats.
Have you ever skipped a class and what are the consequences?
Since being at college, I have skipped quite a few classes, and this is what I've learned from skipping those classes. I have missed many pop quizzes for extra credit, many other extra credit opportunities. I haven't built the relationships with my teachers and professors that other students in the class have. All right, so go to class. While there have been some other classes which you can afford to skip because they're so big and the teacher doesn't know your name, still you should go to class, be smart, stay in school, get that degree.
What's the best way to study for a final?
Best way to study for a final is you wait a day before, day or two, depending on who you are, and then bang it out because you'll do way more work in way less time if you wait longer, and you'll save time overall to not do work.
The best way to study for a final is to definitely start studying far in advance. I'd recommend that you go see your professor, definitely talk to them and ask them about questions you have regarding the material and other ways they would suggest preparing for it. Study groups are pretty helpful, and then pretty much locking yourself into a room or in the library where there are no distractions and it's very quiet is probably the best idea.
Would you recommend that I join Greek life in college?
Yeah, 100%. It was one of the best decisions I made. It's been so much fun. It's really nice to be a part of the community and make new friends you wouldn't have made otherwise.
What should I pack for the seasons?
I would say a mixture between casual, going out, going to class, anything comfy, sweatshirts, big t-shirts, and then lots of theme things for any kind of events that might come up. For Rush in particular, I recommend bringing things that really show your personality, and obviously anything for any weather conditions too.
Do you have any helpful advice for incoming freshmen?
Final advice. Well, that could be a very long answer from me, but all I'm gonna say is keep your GPA up and make a lot of new friends.
Probably just to not be nervous. You're gonna make friends no matter what. Everyone's in the same boat as you, so there's no need to be nervous.
So my final advice for incoming freshmen would definitely be to go out of your comfort zone, explore your passions, save money, definitely make smart decisions, and work hard, because college is the most pivotal time in your life. It sets you up for your future. Study very hard, and just explore and hone your passions.
A final piece of advice I have for incoming freshmen would be basically just to seek out every opportunity you can to meet new people, and then don't close yourself off from anyone, because you will kind of find your best friends in the most unexpected situations. So really just put yourself out there, and then especially be yourself, as cliche as that sounds.
I'd say my advice for incoming college freshmen is to not procrastinate and really do things like each day. Don't ever take a day off. Maybe do some work each day, and never leave things to the last minute, because it's not really like high school. There's a lot more work and stuff, so you should definitely space it out more. I'd say that's probably the most important advice that college freshmen should take.
Make sure you have a grocery list and budget.
So for laundry, you first want to separate your lights from your darks. You usually wash your darks in cold water and your whites in warm. You also want to use putty detergent, or Tide Pods are usually easier. You also want to use bounce drying sheets. And then also, while you're doing your laundry, you want to make sure you stay and watch it, because people can easily steal things in college. You guys also want to make sure you build some good studying habits, so make sure you have a planner to stay organized. Also, make sure you have a place on campus that you can really focus at. Maybe try listening to music, like classical music is always good for studying, and make sure you keep track of your homework assignments so you don't fall behind. So to manage your money at college, you're going to want to make a document to record all the costs you're going to have on campus. So you can split it up into your needs and wants at college, and then your weekly expenses, so you can maintain a budget and not blow through all your cash in 1 week.
Every time you go out, make sure you have a buddy.
It ensures safety.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Hey, Sam, look at that.
What are you doing? Never put your drink down. It's important to keep your work area organized so that you're never looking for your assignments last minute. No one wants the dreaded freshman 15. It's important to try to stay healthy in college, and to do this, I would recommend eating plenty of fruits and vegetables instead of snacking on chips, and to count your calories. An app you could use for that is called MyFitnessPal. When stressed out, try to manage your stress in a healthier way, like going to the gym instead of binge eating. So overall, our final piece of advice for you guys is to work really hard next year, to stay safe, and to have a good time.
College is going to be some of the greatest years, and we wish you the best.